Hello and welcome to today's video. Today I'm reviewing a pen from a brand I haven't yet reviewed as far as I'm aware. It's also a pen I've had in my collection for a few years. It is this. This is the Ranga pens Model 3. This is a big pen. It is made of ebonite. It's a black ebonite with the polished finish and the chrome furniture. And then a number 6 Bock size nib. So, I'm going to talk about the parts and features, do a writing sample, talk about some pros and cons. So, Ranga Pens is an Indian-based pen manufacturer company. They have a huge range of models, and utilize a huge range of materials. And you can get a lot of different materials of this pen. As I said, this is the black ebonite. Starting at the top of the pen, super flat top, and these lovely crisp corners there onto the cap, and the cap continues along. There's a little like end piece there, which is where the clip is inserted. The clip is okay; it's perfectly usable. I don't mind it too much, and it's actually where the branding is. It says Ranga there on the laser engraved there. Little like taper down off the end of the cap, and then it continues along and then tapers down again to a flat bottom. The cap unscrews in about 2 1/4 turns, and the threads are nice and smooth, and actually they feel smooth under the hand as well when you touch them. And there's a little step down onto this section which tapers a lot and then flares out a lot, and then leaves you with this, as I said, number 6 Bock nib. And a lovely German-made nib, plastic feed. This is a medium, and I like it a lot. Ranga Pens refers to this model as a 3-in-1 filler, if you will. So because it is ebonite and it's got lovely, nice sort of threads, you can eyedropper this pen. Just probably put a little bit of silicone grease on those threads. It also takes a standard international cartridge and a standard international converter. It is provided with a Schmidt converter, which is lovely. So yeah, cartridge converter or eyedropper fill, and you'd get a huge capacity of ink in here. This is a big pen. Ranga Pens suggests that this pen is designed to resemble vintage Parker duofold pens in the shape, and you can somewhat see that, but personally I think that these lovely sharp lines and the lovely polish on the pen give it a not necessarily a modern feel, but a fresh feel, and it does feel like a lovely sort of modern pen in the hand. So I said it was a big pen, and here alongside the Lamy Safari you can see it is, well, a big pen. When it's unposted, you can see they come a little closer, but you can see the girth of the body is considerably wider than the Lamy, and also because you've got that number 6 size nib, when you're holding it, it feels just ever so slightly bigger in your hand. When it's posted, this pen becomes ridiculously long. It doesn't post super well, not super deep, and not super secure, and it just becomes ridiculously long. Like, if we look at that in the hand, it's huge. Like, the cap is way beyond the point of your hand. This is really not a pen you need to post. It's a good size pen on its own. So what are the dimensions of the Ranga Model C? Well, it's 151 millimeters when it is capped. It's 136 millimeters when it's uncapped. So yeah, pretty good length, and you can see there. I think it'd be hard pressed to find someone whose hand is too big to use this, unposted. And posted, it comes in at 188 millimeters, so it's long. The section is about 11 millimeters in the middle, so it's a very nice size. And the pen weighs 25 grams, 15 in the body and 10 in the cap. So as well as being long, there's a good amount of the pen's weight on the back there, and you definitely feel that in your hand. When I purchased this pen way back in January 2020, back before the plague, this pen retailed for $69 US. Now, when I checked the website today as I am filming, the pen retails for $69 US. So in a world where prices are going up on everything, and I'm sure Ranga have had issues with that as well, it's nice to see that the pen has remained at what I think is a very, very healthy price point for a model like this. Time for a writing sample now with the Ranga Model 3. This is a number 6 Bock medium nib. The ink in this is Diamine Cornflower. Beautiful. Love this ink. I love it's like a blue that leans kind of purple. It's very nice. Pretty sure that was just me not lining the pen up particularly well on the page, because you can see elsewhere there's no issue with the way this pen writes. In fact, it writes quite wet. It's very nice. Quick writing. No issues whatsoever. Reverse writing, possible but not particularly nice, and this is not a flex nib. If you push hard, you just put a little bit more ink down on the page and it's already wet enough. I wouldn't say it's the smoothest pen I've used, but I don't think there's any, necessarily any issues with feedback or anything like that. So you can see it's a fairly decent, reliable writer, as you would expect with a Bock nib. So what are the pros and cons of the Ranga Model 3 fountain pen? Well, I only have a couple of cons. First is the length posted and the balance posted. The fact it also doesn't post particularly securely, but you also wouldn't need to. It just becomes a very, very large pen. The other con I have, and this is simply just an aesthetic one, is this flare on the end of the section. It just, I think it's just a bit too sharp and kind of, you don't necessarily feel it under your fingers at all. But it's, it just, to me, it kind of slightly, less flare, a little less sort of abrupt would have been nice on this pen. But there's lots to like. The length and the feel in the hand of this pen unposted is very nice. It's big, it's light, a lot of the weight is leading down to the nib, and so the feel in the hand is great. I also love the fact that this nib, being a Bock nib, is somewhat generic, and I mean that in a very nice way, but it's generic from the perspective that there's a large range of Bock nibs available, and a lot of nibs, different brand nibs that you can put into this pen. In fact, when you order this pen, you can choose between a number of different nibs, including Bock and Jowo, which is really nice. I really like the price point at $69 US plus postage. It's a big pen for the money. It's well made. It's got a nice polish on it. Although, like, I don't know if this will pick it up, but like you can see it's hand. What I like is also you can sort of see it's kind of handmade, like that. You can see the polishing marks and things like that. It's nice, and at that price, I think it's very good. The other thing I love is the choice of materials: acrylics, different ebonites, colors, swirls, all that kind of stuff. It's all there. And if you don't like this particular pen model, there is a huge range of pen models available from Ranga that range from sort of more standard pens to like just absolutely ginormous pens. So this was the Ranga Model 3. I hope you found this video interesting and useful. I've certainly enjoyed reviewing this pen after 3 years of owning it. So thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, all that good stuff. Get in touch. If there's a way you'd like to support the channel, I would love to hear from you. In the meantime, enjoy your writing, and I'll talk to you soon.